sponsors, babe, that would be us. And if you are interested
Our
in
Cadence
sponsorship,
bank account.
yeah, if you are interested in sponsorship, call us. Yeah, I mean, we'll put you on the list right beside us too.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3, take!
Well, howdy everyone, and welcome back to Breaking Bread with the Bartons. And we interrupt our normal programming for a special anniversary episode.
Woo!
Yeah, it's our anniversary, and we cheer for ourselves in this house sometimes. So,
hey, after we review the years, it is going to be a celebration.
Yeah.
That we're still here.
Year 9, or 9 years that we've been married.
Yeah.
And so we're going to go for the Big 10. We're going to do it.
And we're going to Germany for the Big 10.
Yeah. So what do you think, babe?
It's been a week.
Yeah.
When we are recording this, just a few days ago on Wednesday, our sweet Piper was put down because I ran over her, and she could not.
Accidentally.
Yeah, I mean, it was on purpose, but so it's been a bad week. I have a lot of guilt. I have a lot of heartbreak, as I think we all do here, and it's been hard. But I will say, this morning being here, like when I woke up this morning, I was still kind of in a cruddy mood and sad, and I still am sad, but like reviewing our podcast content for today and like reflecting on the last 9 years and like looking at what the Lord has done has really brought me a lot of like peace and comfort and joy. And so, not that he hasn't been doing that already this week, because he has, and I do want to say thank you to our friends and our family, those of y'all who knew what was going on, all my coworkers, for reaching out and like saying you were thinking about us and praying for us, and because it really did mean a lot. And I know the Lord used that and those words to bring me comfort this week. And so I'm excited to be here. Like, truly, I feel like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, like I was not in a good mood. And I honestly woke up this morning a little nervous knowing we were going to record this and like, how was I going to be? But after I've reviewed things and got into the Bible and stuff, it's been very refreshing. So I'm very thankful for that. But I do want to say too, because Tuesday was like a high of high days, right? And then Wednesday crashed. Do you remember why Tuesday was a high of high days?
Oh, you told me again. But
clearly wasn't a high of high days for Cameron, but it was for me because Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce
yeah.
are engaged.
See, that's not what I think about when I think of highlight.
It was the best. It was the best news. I jammed Taylor Swift the rest of the afternoon. I'm like just so giddy about it.
Yeah, I mean.
So to all of you Swifties out there, which I don't know that I really identify as a Swiftie, but like I do love them and I love that, and it's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, my highlight is Aggie football is back.
Okay, well, yeah.
Gig 'em Ags. But no, going back to Piper, she was a big part of our life. You got her right before we started dating.
Yeah, she was my college adventure.
I know it was sad, but, you know, I told you, like, you gave her life. And got to spend, 11 years?
Yeah.
11 years with her, and she was something else. She was kind of high maintenance, but I really got close to her, and so maybe at times I might have been even closer than I expected, or maybe it surprised you how close we were.
You're an animal lover, so.
Yeah, and on animals, I mean, and I never really was this way growing up. Like, I loved animals, but like we live on a farm and we live close to the highway, and things would happen pretty often. So I didn't get too attached a lot of times, but I do. I love animals. I thought I was going to be a veterinarian because of just my love for animals, and then one time I saw a surgery on a little dog, and I almost threw up. So it's a little bit different actually when you actually are doing it.
Yeah. I'm thankful for the vets.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Kevin Acuna and that staff, they were really good to us, and it kind of broke his heart, I think, to watch, two boys, they loved Piper and ran around with her, and she was kind of a big sister to them, and but anyway, we loved Piper, but I was going to say, for those people who love animals. Um, I believe animals are given to us for several different reasons, but biblically, I think we can see that too. And then, I think we were talking about it. Like, it's interesting to think that God didn't just save like Noah and his family. He put animals on the ark with him, and I just imagine Noah getting close to some animals because, well, they're in a confined space.
Yeah.
With all these animals, and I'm sure it's not like sure you're keeping them alive and just feeding them and stuff, but you're in a boat. We believe this, like we believe Noah and the ark story. Like, you're in a boat for 40 days and 40 nights, and with animals and stinky and all kind. It's just all the things that come with it. So I'm sure they, just like us and Piper, I'm sure they got pretty close.
Yeah.
So that's fun to think about, but.
Okay, well,
anyway, yeah.
This is going to be a fun episode. We are going to do a reflection or look back on the last 9 years of our marriage. The goal, the purpose, or what I told Cameron to do and what I did was to kind of recap every year, like what were the highs, what were the lows, what was the ugly, because there was some of that. And then put a word to it. And then I added some scripture to mine that maybe were scriptures that were impactful during that time that have just been written on my heart and impressed into my mind forever now. Or maybe as I was reflecting, it kind of brought some scripture to mind. So I have some scriptures to go with mine. But, I mentioned earlier, this reflection and what it's done for me as far as bringing joy and comfort and peace in this season, just what has happened this week. But also I told Cameron, why we want to do this is because we don't want to be like the Israelites who often forgot what the Lord has done and what he brought them through and how he brought them through things, and then they continue to make the same mistake. So I feel like this is going to be fun for us to look back on and to start recapping, and maybe this is something we could do every year, and look back at what the Lord has done and see. I mean, we know because of where we are now in our relationship compared to the last couple of years, which we'll kind of talk about, that he's done immeasurably more than we can ask, think, or have imagined. And so I think it's going to be fun to kind of look back and kind of reignite some flames, make us laugh, maybe cry. I don't know. I don't anticipate crying, but who knows? So I'm excited about that.
Sure.
So we each have a word for the years.
And I didn't do it like you requested, but I did. They're in no particular order, but I made it.
You're good at this.
I mean, I made a little, what do you call it, acronym or?
Yeah.
I spelled a word with all the words for each year, 9 years, 9 letters, and they will spell a word that I believe life is all about.
Yeah.
So.
Do you want to talk about your word first, or do
Yeah,
you want to go through the years and then you can round out with yours?
Yeah, let's go through the years first. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds good. I like that. Okay. So year 1, we got married in September 2016. So 2016 to 2017, right? Like the end of 2016, beginning of 2017. First half, I guess. We were newlyweds.
Yep.
We had bought our house together. First house in Shady Grove, which was fun.
Yeah.
We built a fence. We had goats.
Yeah.
Forgot about the goats. I quit my job and started school again. I was pursuing my master's. So it was a lot of fresh beginnings and just newness. And of course the, honeymoon stage of your first marriage or your first year of marriage,
just
and
blissful and
yeah,
no worries,
new thing. No worries.
Yeah.
I wanted to have a baby pretty fast. Obviously that didn't happen, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But I was ready.
Yeah.
I was thinking this morning when I was okay, what verse could I put to this year?
I just want to have fun. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about what verse I could put to this year, and I was I should go to Songs of Solomon and look up something.
Yeah, well, it gets pretty specific.
But I did it.
Yeah.
The verse I chose.
We could figure it out.
The verse I chose was, "We love because He first loved us." 1 John 4:19, because that was a verse we had on our coffee mug for our wedding. That was kind of our thing.
Yeah, I guess we're able to get a coffee mug, and it's good.
What do you remember about year 1, other than you said blissfulness?
I remember, yeah, just it was fun, and we'd have a lot of like hangout nights at the house.
Yeah, we
People at
did.
different,
Yeah.
because we always had, even when we were dating, like we'd, at y'all's house, college or whatever, we'd just have a ton of people over,
Yeah.
and it was kind of the same thing year one. So,
Yeah, Taylor and
it's kind of
Mads
like
even
not
lived
much
with us
changed,
for a little bit.
kind of.
No.
But year one, I think, did we have Arthur, or was that?
No, we
year-
got him at the
Yeah.
beginning of year 2, so
Yeah.
that's the next year.
Yeah.
But remember,
mean-
that's when I said, like, I want to have a baby, and then you were like, no, I'm not ready to have a baby yet. And
Yeah.
so then we ended up with an 18-year-old.
Right.
Or we
Yeah.
decided to get an 18-year-old instead.
Yeah.
That whole story's to come.
Yeah. I mean, year one, I think I just remember it kind of being like we were still dating, kind of like just
Yeah.
hanging
And
out with people and,
Yeah.
going places and doing this, doing that.
Do you remember, like, Cameron worked on the farm still, which was like, what, 20-minute drive? 15 to 20-minute drive. And I was like, my MRS degree, like, came into full effect. I
Yeah.
wanted to have the dinner made on the table.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
come home. And, which I love to do, but I
worked
remember.
late, worked.
Well, you would tell me I'm on the way home. And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, 20 minutes. He's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be here. Let me have the
Yeah.
table set. And I couldn't even tell you how many times
Yeah.
you did not show up 20 minutes
Oh,
after.
All year, probably.
Because
I
you
mean,
saw somebody on the side of the road and
Yeah.
decided to talk to them.
and that's what I mean. Like, we did that. When we were dating, it was just kind of like we did that. Like, we didn't really. I would come see you like at 9 o'clock at night because I
Yeah.
may get off at 8.
Yeah.
And go by the gas station, talk to somebody for
Yeah.
20 minutes. Go, finally go see you, and that's kind of how we did year one of the marriage, probably too. But
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have, but
It's okay. It was fun. So, word for that year, I did new.
Yeah.
I liked when you said blissful. I
Yeah.
liked that. That was good too. Okay, year 2. You want to go?
sure. Yep, we hosted Arthur from Brazil. I think that's the big thing.
We welcomed him like before our second anniversary,
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think.
Yeah. So he
Yeah.
was from Brazil. He was 17, 18.
Yeah.
And which is crazy because I was just 26, 27.
Yeah, so I was
So,
like 22.
Technically, we're like supposed to be parental guardians for this boy, and
He could have been our
yeah, we were.
little brother.
Yep. And but we loved Arthur, and we still keep in touch with Arthur, and but it was kind of there were some hard moments there because I think of the age, maybe the closeness in age of like
Yeah.
of really trying to be a parent or give parental advice and all this stuff because we're just like you're like fresh out of college and I'm young.
Yeah.
So
That was crazy.
it
Well,
was
we
awesome.
also that year, that like December, we decided to open a business. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we moved into the building for the future B. Barton Decor,
Yeah.
and
Man,
then opened it that year in 2018. That spring.
in the metropolitan area of Garrison, Texas. So.
Metropolitan. And then we also bought this house.
Yeah.
And started remodeling it.
Yeah. Yep.
And then sold our house,
Yeah.
our first home together, and
Yeah.
eventually moved in with your mom, which I feel like that kind of comes into the year 3 conversation that I kind of put out. But then what happened in May of 2018? Do you remember?
You were pregnant.
Yeah.
Yep.
Found out we were having our first baby.
Baby Bo. And I was pretty surprised. I remember you came in the room and I think I was still sleeping.
You were.
You woke me up.
Arthur was the first person I told. Well, I don't know. I think I was actually on FaceTime with Tori. But then I walked out to make coffee. You were asleep in the bed, and Arthur was in there. And I was like, Arthur, I'm about to tell Cameron I'm pregnant. He knew before you.
Yeah. But
And Piper was laying next to you, remember? I even had
yeah,
her,
yeah.
I think I signed her name on like a card or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
yeah. But
So that was like, I thought like we were expanding in like lots of directions, like
Yeah.
a business.
and I was like, oh
all
my
this.
God, I'm about to be a dad.
Well, you did
I
great.
felt like Kenny Chesney song. How am I supposed to raise Was it Raise a Kid When I'm a Kid Myself or something?
Oh, I don't even know that song.
I forget the name of it, but anyway.
Oh, is it? That's not the name of it. That's like a lyric in it.
Yeah.
He's like talking about 18 years or something, right? I don't know.
Yeah, am I gonna raise one? Yeah. Anyway, I can
You're gonna be thinking about that. Okay, so I also
help us out in the comments, and if you know what song we're talking about, tell us the name of that song, because I can sing it, but I'm bad about, like, I had to sing the whole song almost just to get the name. Oh, that's the name of it. You know?
Yeah. Okay, I was trying to think of a Bible verse or whatever to like commemorate this year, what I thought this year was going to be, and I didn't think of one. But I remember, Cameron, like this year, our cars like broke down. Like every time I drove your Mustang, like something happened to it, and then the transmission ended up going
had
out.
the Mustang.
And then do you
Brittany
remember?
didn't like my Mustang, but it was.
No.
I think it's because it was like, it was. I didn't get chicks with it, but you could, It was one of those cars.
That's not why I didn't like
it. I got
it.
Brittany with it. The
Mustang did not do it for me.
Yeah. Speaking of going back to their first date, when I picked Brittany up in the Mustang, she's coming down the stairs from her apartment. I'm like, oh, I gotta open the door for her. So I'm getting out of the car, and I'm waving, and I'm going to open the door, and it's locked. And I'm like, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go unlock the door from the other side, and then I'll come back. Don't open the door. But I did open the door for you.
I had to wait. It was funny. I also, speaking of the Mustang, like, you are filthy with vehicles. Filthy.
Getting better?
And I don't actually know that. But I don't remember. Your car was so dark. Like, your front seat was clean. But did you put everything in the back and I just didn't see it?
Yeah, it was kind of like I lived in it, Or
Still do.
And I still do the same thing. I, like, breakfast on the go. It's going to end up in the back.
No, it ends up in the front
yeah.
passenger side
Coffee
floorboard.
Cups, it's in the floorboard. So, yeah, when somebody gets in, like somebody at work, if I pick them up or something, you got to move all this. They're just probably like, dang, do you live in here?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Anyway, so the car situation, back to it. I just remember, like, we were having car issues and stuff. And do you remember that during this time I was studying Job? And I think we were on the phone with Cord Bailey, and we were, like, talking to him. And I remember...
Shout out to the Baileys.
Yeah. I remember us saying, like, kind of joking, like, we didn't need to be studying Job because all the hard stuff that we were going through.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Now, 9 years in, and I'm like, hard? I would not mind.
Yeah.
I would mind if the transmission went out, but, like, that's nothing compared to, like, the things we have since endured.
It's very important to listen to older, wiser people who've been there that say you haven't, you don't know hard yet.
Yeah.
So.
Not that what your hard is doesn't matter, because it does.
Yeah.
Like, I think about this illustration I heard one time that, like, gas will fill up any container. Doesn't matter if your container is this small or, like, this big.
Yeah.
Gas still fills it up. So, if you look at gas as, like, your hard, like, it still... consumes it,
for us, it was hard if the car broke down. You had to pay for it, and we were newlyweds. We didn't have much money, so that to us that's hard, Yeah.
So year 2, naming it growing, because we were kind of expanding in every direction. Okay, year 3 was 2018 to 2019. So I wrote that a year that required deep trust. When we started this year, we were already living with his parents in the pool house because we had sold our house and we're waiting on this one to be remodeled.
That's not maybe as big as our living room here.
Yeah, it was fun though.
But yeah, I remember. So I was cool with it. I remember in college I did an internship at Amarillo, and I always remember this place. It was just a garage apartment, and it just had. It didn't have any rooms. It was just one.
Which is what
the bed's here. You wake up. There's the little kitchen area, like just microwave, little bitty stove. There's the bathroom wide open. Just it's so everything was.
So living in the pool house was like that.
Yeah.
And then I remember when we were living with your parents. So this is the beginning of our year 3. Your dad had his health scare with the chickens. Remember the chickens?
Yeah.
Houses lost power and that. And then right after that, I think, was when we kind of had a health scare with Bo when I was pregnant with him and thought maybe he had some sort of disorder. We had to go get special tests and stuff. And I just remember that being like a really anxious time. And then in January, when we were about to have our first baby, an 18-wheeler ran into my store.
Yeah.
And then
called?
Terry Wayne called us in the middle of the night. We were like, why are you calling us, Terry Wayne?
Yeah.
I remember his voicemail was like, Brittany, I think a truck done ran into your building.
We were like, what?
And then we moved in, or I guess we were already in this house at that point, because the house thing took longer than it was supposed to. Like, that was really frustrating, because we were like, are we going to get in before we have this baby and get settled? You know, like the nesting.
We had weather, you had everything.
Yeah. But then we moved in. 18-wheeler ran into the building, so my store then moved into the building. All my inventory and not the fixtures. We love the fixtures in there, but all the inventory. And then our house got sprayed by a skunk for the first time. And we went to the hospital with our clothes, and I thought, these people are probably going to think that we smoked before this because we stink. And it wasn't that. It was a skunk.
Yeah,
Legit, we got sprayed by a skunk.
I was like, I bet people don't believe us when we say a skunk, but I mean, it was. It's right up under the bedroom, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that one was a bad one. And so then we welcomed Bobo in January.
Yeah.
And then the rest of that year kind of felt like there was some tension, I think, here, just like in Garrison and whatever. And, you know, we kind of, with the store not being opened for a while because of remodeling and all that, I think it just got us questioning, like, is this where we're supposed to be? Is this what we're supposed to be doing? You know, and I think that's when conversation started talking about, like, potentially moving, you know.
I think all the
whatever.
circumstances, you know, and I don't really like to be swayed by circumstances, but I think maybe God's calling happened or those circumstances, you know, maybe were a big part of us thinking about, like, well, maybe God's calling us to do something else, you know.
Yeah. So my word for that year I put was faith. Just like as we're navigating these health things, these changes, the stuff that isn't going the way that we like really anticipated it going, like having to have faith. But one verse that really stuck out to me that year that my mother-in-law shared with me and prayed over me while we were going with the stuff with Bo, and the questioning is Philippians 4:6-7. Do not be anxious about anything,